Okay, so will it go? Orientation is locked. So can we unlock it? Wow. Won't let me unlock it. What does this stuff? It is what it is. So, hello. We're gonna have to go with this tonight. I see I'm not the only one having issues like this. But it is what it is. Hello, everybody. Hi, Elise and Lisa. I couldn't pronounce the first name. How's everybody? Okay. Give me a few minutes to get set up. Hi, Stinky, Puddle Ranch, Deborah West. Now I see. I'm glad you're here. I am just getting everything set up on my PC. I'm glad you guys tuned in early. And in just a minute, I'll get to your specific questions. Live. As soon as the comments start showing up on my PC. Okay, we're in. Now I'm gonna put this like that. Okay, so it moved. Yeah. Hello, NJ Callie Gardner. Hello, Gardening Eden. KRW Beauty and Nature. Thank you so much. Can you all do me a favor and hit the like button for the video? And no, I don't sell any seeds now, CI, nor will I in the future. Hello, Deb Jackson. Thank you for coming. Hi, Sky. Okay. Hello, Lavender Lady. Thank you for asking about the seeds. Now I see. This is something that I don't do. I started my fall garden already. Okay, that's what we're going to talk about tonight. Shauna, thank you for being here. I appreciate your compliment. You are only showing from the nose up. I can see my whole chin, my chins, and my necklace and everything. Check your monitor. Anybody else? Can you see my decollage? I'm seeing it on the monitor. I see it on my, no, I can't turn my phone. Let me show you what happens when I turn my phone. It says the orientation is locked. They need to turn their phone. No, I can't turn my phone. T Pitts, can you see me now? It has something to do with the chat. Every now and then it freaks out like this. I meant they need to turn their phone so they can see you. Oh, okay. Thank you, Shanna. Thank you, A.G. Harris. Can you guys see me now? In real time? Your pretty shirt, when you turn the phone, you turn sideways. All good on my end. Sky, what do you see? It's sideways. I don't know what you guys are saying. I'm so sorry. You are sideways. Are you meaning horizontal or my whole body is sideways? Lisa said you can see me fine. Yes, you are sideways. I don't know what you all mean by sideways. Somebody saying put it back. Felicia, are you saying put it back the way it was originally? At the moment you are her vehicle. What do you mean? Go back to where I was. Okay. Now, how's this? You were perfect before. Yeah, and I notice I get a little anxious when people keep telling me to change it a different way, and every time I do that, I try to appease the people, but I'm going to keep it like this. John Talley, turn the camera back. That's my brother, guys. John Talley, get a life. Pastor John Talley. Danny Lyons, thank you. Hi, DIY Sunshine. Perfect now. That's where we're going to go. Hey, baby brother, is it okay now? Please keep it like this. Thank you, Melanie. Oh, somebody telling you to refresh, John. Hey guys, a few weeks ago I told you that someone was telling me that I was being too loud. It was my brother. He told me stop screaming. Hi UT33200. Oh, thanks for the squirrel tip. The repair works. It sure does. This has been my best year ever. They meaning rodents, squirrels, what have you, didn't eat not one of on my tomatoes. The birds haven't touched my tomatoes. But I did harvest my tomatoes all last month. But I know that the repellent works. Also, this has been my best year for insect damage because of the insect repellent. But today, my two grand angels and I discovered that I had squash vine border for the first time in years. So I just had to take out some of my squash. They got hit by spider mites because I went on vacation, and now the squash vine borders. Okay. Cheryl, you are right. I have tomatoes and peppers now. 2 weeks ago, I had plenty of flowers, but no fruit. All right. Good to know. Okay, guys, I'm a little bit early, and you guys know that at 6:45, I start taking... Oh, I see there's a delay in my video, and I can see how I was turned around looking kind of sideways. I understand now what you guys meant. So thank goodness it's okay now. What does that look like? Von Will, are you talking about the squash vine borders? If so, I'll put it in my next video. Yes, mites have been rough, but those vine borders are devastating. Very quickly, let me just tell you what it is. Squash vine borders, even when you first germinate your seeds and they appear and they start growing, they have a very distinct smell. And nature allows them to smell it, come lay eggs, and the eggs turn into these worms, the border worms. And what's so sneaky about these borders is they go inside of the stems of the squash plant and eat your plant from the inside out. They're sneaky. They hide. That's why they call them borders. Okay. Somebody said my face isn't completely on the screen. I don't know what to tell you. I can see my face fine in the playback. Pastor Robinson said, I have pretty lips. You tell him I said, thank you. I agree with you. Let me stop acting silly. Okay. Thanks for mentioning that you do not water late in the evenings. Exactly. Less mosquitoes are out, and now my plants are doing it early in the morning. Brazil Grady, you need to use the mosquito spray. You remember a few weeks ago I showed you guys the generic mouthwash with water as well as essential oils like peppermint, lemongrass, lemon oil. You could even add garlic oil if you can stand it, rosemary. Thank you, Left 212. If you can see my face and see my lips, that's all that I'm worried about. Because you're here to get some questions answered, to be inspired, and hopefully I can pass along some of my 30 years experience gardening from you. Okay. Bon Will, if you're just coming in, we have an issue with YouTube. I'm not going to worry about trying to adjust it. We're going to go with what we know right now. Okay? But I thank you. Okay, your squash is that a question? Because I'm going to go back up. Somebody had a question. If you're new to my live, I want you guys to know that I ask that you put your questions in all caps. That way I can distinguish between a statement and a question. But somebody had a question about diatomaceous earth. No, it does not work on the borders, the worms. It doesn't work on that. Okay? You need BT. I can't give you the scientific name of what BT is, but just Google BT and border worms. Okay? Okay. Diatomaceous earth is a powder, organic powder that you can use on some insects that will make their skeletal system break all up and they collapse and they die. But the diatomaceous earth is not effective once it gets wet. So if it rains or if you water your plants, you have to reapply. But it does not work well on worms. Okay. Thank you, Lisa. Hi, Bear Fruit Gardening. Okay, so somebody said my squash has flowers, but then some of them fell off. Is that normal? Yes. Let me share with you what's happening. When your squash first start producing, they produce a lot of male flowers most of the time. And in order for the flower to become a squash, it has to be a female flower that is pollinated by a male flower. So if it does not get pollinated, then the flower would drop off. But don't worry, if you keep getting blooms, and if you have something that will attract pollinators like butterflies, bees, sometimes even flies, to your plants, your blooms, eventually they will get pollinated. Okay, now this is what I need you guys to do. Remember, please, all caps, because it moves so fast, sometimes I can't get all the questions. Resending all caps. My squash are not growing. I have flower. I just answered your question. Okay, how much can you grow on a 1/4 acre of food? Unlimited. I just have one average Texas size lot. And I have over 60 fruit trees, bushes, and vines. And I'm counting strawberries. So you can grow a whole lot. I can't give you an exact amount because I don't know how you plan on growing. If you're going to have garden beds, containers, in-ground going. Hey, daughter, how you doing? So if you have a quarter of an acre, you can feed a couple families. Let's just put it that way. Because I'm growing enough food for myself, some for my children, not that they need it, but I want to give them some. And I have the emergency garden where I'm giving away a lot of food. So if I can do that with one city-sized lot in the suburbs, surely you can grow a lot on a quarter of an acre. Okay, let's go to the next question. How to get muscadine plants to grow grapes? Had the plant for 3 years, no blooms, just vines. Are you giving it compost? Every spring you need to, when you start working in your garden, you want to apply compost. You want to apply fish emulsion with seaweed. I would recommend you start growing comfrey close to those plants so that you can chop and drop it or make a fertilizing tea. I also recommend that you put worm castings. And I'm not trying to brag, my muscadine grapes produce grapes the first year. And now they're loaded. And I ordered a net to put over them so the squirrels wouldn't bother them like they bothered my Concord grapes. In fact, my son-in-law came over today and finished putting the vine where I couldn't reach it even with the ladder. So I'll be showing you guys that in my next video. Okay. Green Organic Love and Bare Fruit Gardening. I just want you to know that we had a hater in here last Monday night. So don't put these people in time out. Just block them completely because I got a feeling, because I got an email, I got a feeling that that person or two of those people are going to be in here tonight. So just take them out. Okay. What is your favorite fall gardening plant? That's a very good question, Stinky Puddle Ranch. So, I have some seeds that I'm going to show you. Everybody knows I love Baker Creek, and I also love buying seeds from small merchants on eBay. Okay? So, for the fall, and I will be starting these seeds tomorrow, is my new series, How to grow cheap, inexpensive food for a fall garden. And I'll be doing a series, step-by-step instructions. So tomorrow, I'm going to be sowing my seeds. Can you see that? I've learned how to blend kale. I love this blue, curly Scottish kale. Of course, you guys know I have to have my collards because I don't like collards in the summertime. To me, I don't care how you cook them. I think they taste better after they have been kissed by a frost. So I'm going to sow those seeds. I'm going to sow my turnips. I love purple top turnips. And this is one that I tried for the first time last year, and I also did it in my summer emergency garden. And this is called 1,000 Head Kale. And you see how big those leaves are? They really do get that big. And I am in zone 8A, believe what you know. But you all can sow this in any zone in your fall garden. You just have to be mindful of the low temperature in your area and your first frost date. Okay? And then I'm going to sow some mustard seeds. And these are the Southern Giant ones. And then I got this complimentary purple mustard, and I grow these two every year. Now, these are the ones that I have in packages, but I'm also going to sow rutabaga, some more kale, different types of kale, rainbow Swiss chard, cabbage, broccoli, and cauliflower. And those are seeds that I have saved or I bought on sale from the dollar stores as low as 2 cents a package. And those are American seeds, and they are heirloom seeds. And the reason why I grow with just heirloom seeds is because you can save the seeds once the plant flowers, and you save the seeds and collect them, and they will grow back exactly like they were the year before. Okay? All right. I don't shop on Etsy, I shop on eBay. But, Danny Lyons, I don't recommend any merchants, because if I have a good experience and then you don't, I've had people to tell me that I recommended a bad merchant for them. So I would give you some guidelines when choosing a merchant on eBay. Y'all excuse me, this thyroid medicine that I'm taking makes me have a real dry mouth. I'm sorry about that. But eBay and PayPal are linked together. They're really one company. So if you have a problem with a merchant and you let them know, they usually make it right. Okay? Also, you can file a claim with PayPal. So don't be afraid to buy off of eBay, and I can imagine Etsy, but I just never dealt with them. And the reason why I say that is because a couple of times I had an experience with something that I wasn't really happy with. For example, it was a pulp. Banana plants have either a corm or a pulp. And the merchant sent me one in the wintertime, and it was huge. I think I paid like $39 for it. And then I bought another one in the spring, and he had divided it in half. And when I complained about it, he apologized, and, you know, I won't get into it, but he put the blame on somebody else sent it to me. He had me to keep that one, and he sent me another one, and it was perfect. Okay? So, now, let's see, let's go. Let's go. Any guidelines will be appreciated. So, yes, I'm glad you put that, Danny Lyons, because look for merchants that have 95% or higher rating. Because the consumer, these ratings are not phony ratings like they used to be years ago in Amazon. Because you can't rate the merchandise unless you bought the merchandise. So if they have a really good rating and they don't have a lot of people writing negative things about them, then I would buy from those merchants. Okay? Any questions on that? Thank you, Juanita Brooks. I'm glad you're here. Okay, so Elite, Cheryl, what size is your greenhouse? My greenhouse is a 10 by 20 by 7, meaning it is 10 feet wide, it is 20 feet long, and in the center is like a steeple, and the highest point is 7 feet. Okay? All right. And by the way, I bought it off of eBay on a bid. Okay. Somebody said they have filed claims for PayPal with success. Very good. And Barefoot Gardening said you are planting the same thing as well as Chinese cabbage, beets, and carrots. And I left those off. I forgot to even mention them because I'm going to do the Detroit red beets and the golden beets. I do those every year. Well, last year was my first year to do the golden beets. Okay. Lisa Nelson, is broccoli hard to grow? If it's your first time gardening, I recommend you buy transplants because it is a little finicky, especially when you're trying to grow them in warm weather now. But I have a grow room, and then I do some things on my patio and some things in the grow room. Greenhouse. I'm sorry. Okay, I answered the question about the greenhouse. Okay. Somebody is still not putting their questions in all caps. I just don't have a clue as to what seeds to buy. I understand some are GMO. I want healthy seed. My son has severe disabilities. Let me share this with you. You can't even buy GMO, genetically modified seeds. That's a myth. You can't buy them. Only big farmers and producers of canned goods and things like that for merchants can buy them. You can't get genetically modified seeds, so don't even worry about that. But if you buy from Baker Creek, their heirloom seeds, or if you buy from some of the merchants on eBay, they will have to specify if they're heirloom. If they're heirloom dandelions, they won't be genetically modified. Okay? Another thing I want to tell you that the seeds I told you I get at the dollar stores, American seeds, they are heirloom seeds. So a lot of times it's not what you pay for them, because you can get inexpensive seed, but you want to get a large quantity in those American seed packages. Dollar General usually have them on sale between 6 and 2 cents a package at the end of the season. They won't have them this year because people are running out of seeds. Baker Creek shut down for several weeks because people were snatching all the seeds. As soon as they got them in, then they started opening back up. Another thing, yes, daughter, the garage is wonderful to start some seeds. So I've mentioned, thank you, Barefoot Gardening. I've mentioned American Seeds at the dollar store. I've mentioned Baker Creek. I've mentioned eBay because I have been in business for over 40 years at one time or another for myself, whether it was the hair salon, my natural hair and skincare products, or if publishing my own books. So I have a place in my heart for small merchants. And that is what I'm going to acknowledge at the end of this chat is if you have a business, I'm going to give you opportunity to shout it out. So if you got a pencil and a piece of paper right now, I want you to write down your business name, your website, and a phone number if you're ready to give that information. And when I tell you at the end of the chat, I want you guys to do that because we need to support each other. There's a lot of money that can be made in our gardening community. If you're making masks, if you're making candles, when I say the mask, I'm talking about to protect yourself from the pandemic. Whatever it is that you are selling, toward the end of this live, I'm going to give you the opportunity to promote your business so we can all support and help each other. Okay. Now, I hope I've answered your questions about GMOs. You won't get those, honey. They don't sell that to like Walmart or anything like that. And by the way, if you don't have a big stash of seeds, I didn't want to bring mine back out tonight. Get your seeds now. They are running out. Last week, I shared with you that I had to order Jiffy Seed Starting Mix because that is my favorite. I had to order it from Home Depot because Lowe's didn't have any. The Home Depot in my city didn't have any. Walmart has, what do you guys call it, third-party buyers, and Amazon. And they went up to, I don't want to fib, but I remember you could get 4 bags from an affiliate on Walmart for $59. 4 bags that make 12 quarts in each bag. And I'm here to tell you that it only costs $5.57 at Home Depot. So I ordered it and I had it delivered. So get your seed starting mix now and get your seeds now, because I doubt very seriously that you're going to be able to pick up a lot of stuff on sale at the end of the season. Okay, very good. Charlotte said, I shopped for my fall seeds in the spring and you picked up some things. Very good. Okay. I'm growing broccoli and cabbage right now. That's it, NJ Cali. You have to start that now because it takes a long time for you to get it at a size where it's suitable for you to put into your garden when it cools off. You're right, Miss Cheryl. Times have changed. Yes, we're living in different times. I hope my brother, Pastor John Thomas Talley II, is still in here. He lives in Indiana. That's where I was born and raised. And he was saying that he may go over to Michigan City to a meatpacking place because to get a good deal on meat because this, I don't want to keep saying, but the pandemic is getting out of control. You guys know I'm in a hot spot now. Yeah, more people are dying every day where I live and contracting the virus, so everything is going up. Okay, P.T. Smith said that she was notified that her pressure canner is going to be shipped, or it has shipped. Very good. Okay, Nasruddin, I hope I'm pronouncing your name. I was in Walmart today, starting at the Jiffy Mix, wondering the same thing, staring at the Jiffy Mix. I'll be right there getting it in the morning because there was a lot of it. Right. And then you want to make sure when you start ordering on eBay or something or Etsy that it's the new bag. You know, the last year's bag was a real bright yellow, and now it's like a lime greenish, muted, sulfur colors. Okay? Yeah. Now, I'll be honest with you. I haven't been in the stores. I went to Home Depot once, and I went to Lowe's once. But I order everything online. I get my groceries. I go up to Wally World, and then they put them in the car. Same thing with Home Depot. I don't go in. I'm just afraid. My son was a little upset with me because he wanted me to go out to lunch with him Saturday. I don't go in restaurants. I'm sorry. Ace Hardware is a good place to get that pressure cooker. Yeah. I've been hearing that. Ace Hardware is a good place. Because you guys know that they sold out on Amazon, they sold out on Walmart, they sold out everywhere for those pressure cookers. You know why? Because people were price gouging in the grocery stores. You couldn't find toilet paper at the beginning of this pandemic. So now everybody wants to can. Canning jars have gone up. Somebody just said they lost 15 pounds eating at home. I'm telling you. Oh, good. Samisha, for $99. That must have been a Presto. Okay. Extraordinaire. So she hasn't been inside the store since March. I don't blame you. As I was saying, my son wanted me to go out and eat with them. No. I just can't. I'm not going in these stores. You're right. Teresa Rose said, jars are getting hard to find. They are. And the lids and the tops are getting very hard to find. So, yeah, when we found out from other gardening groups that the virus was worse than what we believed it was, that's when I bought all of my jars and my lids for that. Alcohol, man, a lot of people say they can't even find alcohol. I'm just lucky I have a lot already. Somebody want to know what type of cooker did you order? Samicha? Okay, if you got a question, hit it in all caps And if you don't have any more questions, then I'm ready for my presentation. I don't either, Miss Cheryl. Oh, okay. Yeah, the Presto pressure canner. I heard that they're very nice. Now, if you like me, hi, Pit Stop Kitchen and Garden. Nice to see you. If you're like me and you got a lot of fruit trees, get your flower seeds now, too. Order them now. They may not have any in the spring. And these are all heirloom zinnias. Some of my favorites. Some I already have before. A lot of the seeds I'm collecting, but I'm going to plant more flowers than ever in my food forest. Because, can anybody tell me why I'm planting these flowers besides the fact that I love them? Can anybody tell me why I'm planting these? Pollination. Thank you, Carolyn. Beautiful one. Attract bees. Heat lovers. Very good, Colossian World. Black eyed peas can very well. I don't know if you're talking to me. I don't think so. Somebody gave you 100 jars? That is wonderful. Yes, so everybody got it. To bring beauty, it brings me peace. I can go outside and cut my own flowers and bring them in. I don't have to worry about anybody giving me any flowers. And I never have to worry about anything being pollinated. Now, in the beginning of this live, I was telling everybody that this was my best year for insects. And that's because I grew 150 marigolds plants from seeds. Thank you for being here, Miller's Garden. So yeah, some of them I bring in to attract pollinators, and some flowers I plant to distract insects, and that would be my marigolds. I like the French petite marigolds. And then this was gifted to me. I plant some sunflowers, but I don't even know if I'm going to plant sunflowers like I normally do because they bring the squirrels to your yard. Thank you, Miller's Garden. And then these were given to me. These are some poppy seeds. And I don't have the marigolds handy because I have saved a lot of the marigolds. Okay? And also I have saved milkweed. They bring in or attract the monarch butterfly. Somebody has a question here, but it's not in caps. Well, I need to put it in all caps, but I'll answer it. And what did I say, guys? Yeah, Klaus and World. I don't even know if I'm gonna plant sunflowers next year. It seems like they bring the squirrels to you. But I was saying something about the marigolds. And the milkweed, yes. The milkweed will attract the monarch butterfly. Thank you, Danny Lyons, and now I see it. And don't worry about spelling, girl. Kina. And it's one more thing I'm trying to think. Is it deal or is it chives? It's deals that I think that brings in another fly. Okay. Miss Cheryl, do you direct sow your zinnias? No. Inspired by Ebony Love. Next time you have a question, put it in all caps. But I just happened to see your question. No. You're going to see me starting January when I start growing my spring and summer garden. You'll see me sowing these zinnia seeds in the Jiffy Seed starting mix. And I'll take you, okay, fine one. I'll take you step by step and show you what I do and how I plant them. Okay, green organic love. Okay, now this is what I was going to mention. You guys know that I've been working really hard I'm relaunching my product line. And the first 3 products are going to be a total body oil and a total body shea butter skin cream. And a product that I still make today for my people that won't let me stop making them these 3 products. And it's called Hair Growth Promoter. So my time is going to be limited. So I'll probably do the lives like every other week, and I'll let you all know. And only one person took me up on the Zoom. So I'm going to have that. That's going to be expiring at the end of the month. But I will still do conference calls. I've set up a conference call number. And if you email me, my YouTube daughter, put my email address on there, and we'll set up a time where I will walk you through it over the phone on the conference call. And that way you won't have my personal number and I won't have yours. Okay? But we'll call into the conference call line, and I will give you the code, and you put it in, and just put me on speakerphone, and we'll do it like that. The Zooms are going to end at the end of this month, but I will still do the conference call. They'll be complimentary as long as it is convenient for both of us. And that way you'll be one-on-one with me. I think that'll be better anyway. Okay? Any questions about the Zoom or the conference call? Yeah. Well, you want to... Can I tell them about the story, Bear Fruit? About your canning? Let me know if I can tell them. Yes. Okay, so she emailed me, and I said, girl, let me give you my number, because I've been knowing her for, a while. And she called me, and we talked it over, what she was going to do, and what procedure she was going to follow. The girl already had it, guys. She knew exactly what she wanted to do and what she was doing. She just needed a little reassurance that it was okay. And so I talked her through it, and I wasn't on the phone with her that long, and I told her to text me back and let me know everything was okay, and everything turned out fine. Okay? So, but if she needed me to be on the phone longer with her, I would have made myself available to her. All right. Okay, so here's the next question. The emails is not about gardening. It's only about the Zoom, and the conference call is only about canning. You can email me if I tell you to email me. For example, if you come on here on Monday night and you ask me why is my plant leaves doing this, and I can't figure it out because I can't picture it, I'll say, shoot me an email and put me a picture in it. And I will get back to you. But don't email me about should I grow turnip greens or when should I plant collard greens. I'm going to be honest with you all, guys. I'm not Google. And I don't know everything. And you need to do some research on your own. I don't mind answering questions. If you make one step, I'll make the next one. So you should Google the information first. And if there's a problem that you're having and you need me to, just throw some things at me to see if I agree with it or not, I will do that. But don't use me as I'm your personal Google, because I will ignore your email. Okay? And I'm not trying to be rude. It's just when I give out my email like that, people think that I don't have anything to do but sit around and wait for someone to ask me a question. You need to learn some things on your own. That's the only way you're going to learn, people, is, let me tell you something. I didn't have any social media. I didn't have a cell phone. I didn't have this laptop here. I didn't have Facebook groups and YouTube videos when I first started gardening. I didn't have anybody. So I'm telling you this from my heart. The only way you're going to learn is you do some research. How do you know that the person that you're talking to or asking the question to has the right answer? I don't know everything. Only thing I can share with you is what I have learned and what I have done. But that doesn't mean that I know everything. You're right. Somebody just put it up there. They said trial and error. That's it. Green Organic Love is my YouTube daughter. And I know I don't have to ask her, can I say this? She was growing some carrots, and they were the wrong season. And she might have mentioned something, but if anybody knows, blah, 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 and I said it's too hot. And she turned around and she grew those carrots when it was cooler. And they turned out beautiful. But it was trial and error. And when I say trial and error, she did not do her research. But I bet you she's not planting anything now she's not researching. See, she said it. That's right. She's going to research it. Don't rely on anybody to give you all the answers. It's just some stuff that you'll be excited and you just start buying seeds. And then you think about, oh God, what have I done? And then let me email Miss Cheryl. I'm going to ignore you because there are certain things that you need to figure out on your own. But if you have a legitimate question, for example, you have tried something and you're trying to explain to me and you need to see me a picture. I'm probably sounding redundant. Send me the email with the picture. Somebody asked me something about my hair products. Hey, sweetie, I'm going to put a picture up tomorrow with my dreads down to here. And I started making my products in 2005. Thank you, Brazil. Thank you for the super chat. My hair was down to here and before I cut it off. And so, yes, the products can be used on natural hair and on locks. Barefruit Gardening said, yes, do a little research, empower yourself, and try what you feel is right. If it works, great. If it doesn't, that's great too. Experience is the best teacher. Don't be afraid to get in there when you're a new gardener. Don't rely on everybody to do the work for you. You are being more than generous. You are teaching us on the fly. You can show us, but we need to, I think she meant to say flop instead of flap. Yes, you're right. I'm going to tell you all something. About 35 years ago, I put some tomatoes in a bucket with some garden soil, and it died. First thing I didn't do right was I didn't put any drainage hose. I didn't put any drainage hose. I used garden soil that didn't have any perlite or pea moss to facilitate drainage. I didn't put anything in there organically that would help fertilize the plants. And then they died of root rot. Because all I thought was, just put them in the pot. Like you would put them in the ground. Then I realized they got waterlogged and they needed to have drainage hose in them. So, it is what it is. Somebody said, did you start your fall? You came in a little bit late, whoever that was. You can go back and watch the replay, and I talk about all the seeds that I started, or I'm getting ready to start tomorrow. We'll start our series on how to grow a cheap emergency garden quickly. And the best way to do that is with your seeds. So I'm going to start tomorrow. I don't know if I'll post a video tomorrow or the next day, but I will start my seeds tomorrow, July 21st. Okay, there's an Arlene Covington in here. I'm sorry, we don't go into my lives and start recommending other channels. Thank you, Shanana. Good to see you. I appreciate the super chat. Thank you. So I want my moderators to take that out. I don't mind. Please take that out. Her name is Arlene. That's not how you do things. In case you didn't know. Hello, Elizabeth Hill. Good to see you. Thank Thank you again, Shannon. I appreciate you. Okay, is there another question? Hey, sleepers in the Carolina. Yeah, I was talking about in the middle of the beginning of the live that I was going to start my series on how to grow a fall, and actually for me it's going to be winter too, garden, because I grow all year round. And I'm going to show you guys how you can use hoop houses, set them up with PVC pipe and 6 milliliter greenhouse plastic, and you can grow all year round. So if some of you are, even in Chicago, even in real cold climates, you can do that. So if some of you all want to follow along with that, you are welcome. Quick and smaller squash types are a decent direct sow right now for some good fast food. I agree with you, YouTube. Okay. Thank you, Gardening with Joy. I appreciate you being here. Hey, Miss Grando, I didn't even know you were in here. Thank you so much. Hey, Teresa Davis, thank you for the super chat. My husband and I started our first garden this year. Our tomatoes didn't do well, but our peppers are growing. My husband researched and learned how to can peppers. I didn't get all of it. He is so excited. Peppers are very easy to can. Yeah. That's a good thing. If you can get your husband involved, that is really, really good. Hello, Container Crops. Okay, hidden treasure. My seeds won't germinate. What am I doing wrong? What's your garden zone? My seeds won't germinate. What's your garden zone? Focus on the truth. Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad you had a chance to pop in. You are both, you and your hubby are new to gardening. Very good. Hidden treasures, I'm waiting on you to tell me. Thank you, Green Organic Love. I need to find out where you are. Melanie, you said the slugs are eating your marigolds? Wow. Most bugs don't like that. I've never had a slug to eat a marigold. But I'll tell you what you need to do. Get you some tuna fish cans. Press them all the way down in the soil. Let's pretend that this is the soil. And this is your tuna fish can. You want to line it up at soil level. Push this down in the soil. And then you want to put beer in it. And they'll go in there and they'll drown. And also, I have a slug juice that I make. We were talking earlier about I don't go in the stores. I don't go in the liquor stores or gas stations, really. So I do yeast, sugar, and water. Something that you have at home already. And you can make it. If you look on my playlist on how to, I'm in zone 8A, how to get rid of slugs. You'll see it in my insect playlist. If somebody would put that playlist on for you. Yes. That's also on the video how to make a natural insect repellent and the mouthwash to use for mosquito control. Excuse me, guys. That video was made in probably May or June. So if you look in that playlist, you will find it. Hi, Lacey Living Life. I love your name. Beauty for one. I love that name too. Very good. Melanie D, you're in zone 7B. You shouldn't have any problems germinating seeds because that zone has been getting temperatures over 90 degrees. Maybe you're watering them too much. I don't know. How often are you watering? Yeah, you're in a good zone. You shouldn't have any problems. I would go back to my seed starting playlist, review some of those videos, and you'll figure out what you're doing wrong. You're either not watering enough or you're watering too much, because you got beautiful weather for them to germinate. Seeds need a temperature of at least 70 degrees to germinate. And that's why in the wintertime, when we start seeds, we put them in our grow rooms, kitchens, whatever, and we put a heating pad up under there. Okay. Very good focus on the truth. Sometimes planting the seeds too deep. That is a very good observation. Because I think I've done that too before, some years ago. And on your back of your package, it'll tell you, read that information, it'll tell you about how deep to go for the seed. Okay? Another thing is you can go to farmersalmanac.com, plug in your garden zone, and it will give you some directions on growing anything that you want for free. If you don't have a heating pad, use a heater for a few hours of the day and put them on top of the fridge. Very good barefoot gardening. But right now, everybody should be able to, unless you live in Alaska or somewhere, you should be able to germinate seeds right outside. Okay? All right. Focus on the truth says, and with your advice, I planted marigolds in the middle of my peppers and tomato garden, but these black bugs and worms are determined. Yeah. Please answer my question. Erica, what was your question? I'm going to go back and see if I can find it, dear. Erica. Oh, I have only 3 bees. You count them, girl? I only have 3 bees to pollinate my garden. Have you ever purchased bees on eBay? No, I haven't. You only have 3 bees. How many flowers do you have, Erica? You got to have something to attract the bees to you. You say you only have 3. I've never heard of a question like that. Somebody counted the bees. Bless your heart. Yes, gardening with joy. Check that spray out for your mosquitoes. Let me go back up here and let me go back to Erica. Thank you, Barefoot Gardening. Wasps will pollinate your garden. Flies will pollinate your garden. Butterflies will pollinate your garden. I round soil instead of... Yep, I round soil instead of... I missed something. I'm in zone 9A. My watermelon plant is looking terrible. Yes, you can overwater watermelon plant. That's why they recommend that you plant it on a mound and you water the mound and nothing else. Thank you, S. Anderson. I counted how many bees I saw. It was either 2 or 3, but I have other insects too. Guys, I doubt if you all are seeing the same 3 bees. You're probably seeing the bees leave and then come back. I can't imagine you got 3 bees. I tell you what, plant some peppermint, let it go to seed, and I got bees everywhere. Think I planted too deep. Okay, we'll start over, friend. Don't worry about that hidden treasure. We all have done that. Thank you, Lorraine T. Dandelions, you don't know your zone, go to Farmer's Almanac. You put your zip code in, they'll tell you what zone you're in. Thank you for the encouragement, Barefoot Gardening. She's got it. The first thing that she did was tell the truth. And you can admit that you made a mistake. You know what to do the next time. I'm telling you, it's very good. How do you harvest seeds from a plant? Container crops, you let them go to seed and they either come out like a flower in a pod, or they'll come out like little string beans and you open them up and they can be real tiny like collards and kale and lettuce. That's how they go to seed. So it just depends on. YouTube has a lot of videos on that. If anybody in this chat room that has a seed collecting video, you can list it here right now. Please. Yeah, I seen so many bees. It's just in my tea garden because I have nothing but flowers all over that peppermint. And yes, thank you, Barefruit. You can check out my playlist and check out Barefruit Gardener seed collecting videos as well. The bees are affected by COVID-19 too. Social distancing are focused on mandatory stay-home practices. Now you are funny. You are funny. There's social distancing. Lord help us. Well, we try people that's got one already, Claude. You right now you soliciting Clausen World. Do the red rocks really keep the birds away? Yes. The red rocks in your strawberry plants with the little dots on them that look like a phony strawberry. I bought them off of eBay, by the way. They work. Because the birds come out when they first see that red and they peck the little beats on it and then they won't come back. Yes, it really does work. Okay, I have very few bees as well, but wasps are always busy in my garden. Yeah, the wasp will fertilize it. And you know what? I'm growing pawpaw trees, and next year it'll be the 3rd year. And I read that the flowers smell like dead meat. So I'm gonna put them way on the back on the fence line. They're in containers right now, but in the early winter or late fall, I'm going to put them in the ground. And I read that the flower stinks like raw meat and flies pollinate it. So flies will pollinate bees, like bees. They garden laughing. Yeah, that's what it said. Every reference article I read about pawpaws, they said the flower comes out, it smells like dead, rotten meat. And then the flies come and pollinate the flowers. Check it out. I haven't smelled it now. That's what I heard. If Jenny's farmhouse, you can hand pollinate, and you're right. And yeah, I have several videos on hand pollination. But I don't think I did one this year, so I'm going to write that down, and I'll hand pollinate something this week. Thank you for coming in, Naked Gardener. Erica says she's buying honeysuckle to attract bees. Very good. I'm going to tell you, the bees love citrus. Anybody growing citrus trees? I'm growing 6 of them. I have 2 Mexican key lime, 2 improved Meyer lemons, 1 calamandan, and 1 Miho Satsuma. The bees love the citrus smell of those plants. And I'm also growing 2 sour sops, but they don't have any, you know what I'm trying to say, fruit on them, but the leaves are real, real strong. I do want to try citrus again. Very good. Seriously speaking, it's been taught for years now that the cell phone radiation affect bees. The numbers are decreasing, but we can help them get back by doing our part. Beekeepers are real, yes. Somebody said they haven't seen any bees in years in zone 9A, but many wasps. Good to know that they are good for more than stinging the crap out of you. Yes, Carson World, those Meyer lemon flowers smell amazing. Somebody wants to know, do you have to blanch okra before freezing? Yes, ma'am. Now, I saw a video where the person coated the okra with cornmeal and put it on the tray and froze them individually and then put them in a plastic container. But I was wondering about that. How would that taste? So I don't know. I haven't done it, but I've seen people do it. Somebody said they haven't seen a bumblebee. I don't know, guys. I got everything. I got honeybees. I've seen a bumblebee that looks so big that it almost scared me, let alone my grandchildren. Huge. They love the flowers on the comfrey. But I have, stuff blooming all the time with all these fruit trees that I'm growing. Okay? So, I don't have any problems with bees at all. Lips are peeling. Somebody does something else with the wasp. Be careful when you start messing with wasps, because if you agitate them, they'll come after you. One stung me on the neck. And I went on the house and I just got on the PC or a phone or whatever and did some research, and it said that I was probably messing with their habitat. Somewhere in the area that I was working in was a nest. And I was just watering. The next thing you know, they swarmed all over me. One stung me in the neck. I had to run in the house. So be careful. Yeah, the wasp will sting you, Candace. Herbs. Jenny's farmhouse says she always had plenty of bees back when she grew a big herb garden. So if that is your issue, grow more herbs. Somebody said, now I see, says she has a lot of wasps with black and white stripes. They're all in her backyard around her geraniums. So I really do believe that the reason why I have a lot of pollinators is because I'm growing so many different things. And to be honest with you guys, I'm going to cut down. Because I planted more stuff than I could handle this year with that emergency garden. Okay, Elise Condon, what do you use calamondin for? Mine are so sour, I can't eat them. Girl, I don't know. This is my first year. And I got nice little, about that size now, but they're round, golf balls. I don't know. I'm praying that mine will be sweet. I'm giving them a lot of organic compost, worm castings. I'm giving them comfrey tea, weed tea. So I'm hoping that they will be sweet. If they're not, then I'm just going to have to make some type of marmalade or something out of them. But I had not planned to can them this year. I think I got, excuse me, I don't like to really count fruit, but I think I got like 30 or 40 of them on this tree. It's the first year. I've had it 3 years. So I don't know. At least I'll let you know. I'll make a video when I harvest them. Grandkids will be over and we'll cut it. And one thing about children, they would tell the truth. If it doesn't taste good, they're going to let you know. Oh, sleepless in the Carolinas, so the comfrey is getting ready to bloom. It's going to take off now, sleepless in the Carolinas. When it starts to bloom, it'll start producing more leaves. I mean, it will grow vigorously. Mark my words. And you're going to see a lot of bees. Kina says she went on a camping trip, got stung by a wasp, and was going through for days. It hurt me real bad. I'm not fooling with them because they apparently have a problem with me. They knew that about me. I read something about they memorize your scent or something too. And if they can't get you that day, they'll come back and get you another day. I don't know if that's true. That's what it said. And I bought one of those gardening hats with the thing down that comes over your neck for the heat. That's what I did. So 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 I wouldn't get stung again. I have only one lemon Meyer plant and a nectarine tree. Good for you. Oh, Kelly Lacey, you're talking about the Satsuma? You use them as lemons? That makes sense. Okay. Diva Jones, DIY. Y'all, I just want to tell y'all that the nickname for a Calamanas is Filipino lime. They won't be sweet. They aren't supposed to be. Thank you, Diva Jones. Thank you so much. Look up recipes online, but I intend to make a kind of a lemonade out of them. And somebody I know eat them all the time and says they taste similar to a Meyer lemon. Yeah, because the Meyer lemon is a cross between a lemon and an orange. So that makes perfect sense. Have you ever grown ground cherry? Yes, none of my grandchildren like them, and I grew them 2 years. Last year was the second year. I didn't grow any this year. They just didn't like them, and I didn't care for them either. Something else that I grew for 2 years and I don't like, goji berries. I've grown a lot of things, a couple years. I did like tree collars, purple tree collars, green tree collars, longevity spinach, Malabar spinach. I like the regular spinach better. So I don't grow things that I don't like anymore. I turned 66 on my birthday, and now I grow what I or my grandkids like to eat. Okay, may I ask you, do you have any recommendations of Curtis trees? What's a Curtis trees? Curtis trees. Stinky Puddle Ranch. What is a Curtis tree? Oh, it must be citrus tree. Hey, hypocentric. Is that a citrus tree you're talking about, babe? Yeah. I'm not in zone 7. I'm in zone 8. If anybody is in zone 7, would you please answer that question? I imagine it would be. I saw the Bull's garden showing his lemon tree yesterday. He's in zone 7, and he had a Meyer lemon he put in the ground. So that would be a citrus tree, or it would be a lemon tree. I don't make any essential oils from my herbs because it requires more than most people think. And so I don't grow enough to make essential oil. But I do grow enough to dehydrate and to use in that manner. Like you add to food or to a product. Anybody in zone 7 that's growing a citrus tree? Okay, Stinky Puddle Ranch. I recommend that you go to Farmer's Almanac and get your recommendations from them. See, this is what I do. Let me show you all. I bought books for my area. There's one. And I'm Southwest, so I bought this one. Native Texas plants. Good things to grow in Texas. Texas Organic Vegetable Gardening. And then I love this guy, Elliot Coleman. How to Have a Garden Anywhere, all 4 seasons. I love this. Is my favorite book, I think. And then I'm adding more and more perennials. Some of these books are very old. I think this book right here is very heavy, but I've been having this one since the 80s. And then a very nice friend gave me this, sent it to me. The Encyclopedia of Organic Gardening, and it's a lot of information in here. And then I always recommend this for anybody growing fruit trees in their backyard. Grow little fruit trees. A lot of my trees are dwarfs. A lot of my trees are in containers. And I keep them in containers the first 3 years, and then I put them in the ground. Okay, so you can always go back and hit the replay and get the information on these books. Hi, Erica. Nice to see you. Hey, Turf Therapy. Good to see you. You're welcome, Stinky Poodle Garden. Congratulations, Barefoot Garden. What happened? Oh, essential oils and infused oils are 2 different things. You are certainly true. Because you can do like rosemary and put it in coconut oil. You can take rosemary and put it in olive oil. You know, you can do a lot of things to infuse the fragrance and the scent and the taste in the oil. But essential oils, it takes a lot of product to get 1 ounce. That's why they're so expensive. I would jump up right now and go get some, but I'll do a video on it. I think I did it before on one of my lives. I had a lot of essential oils lined up. Okay. Turf Therapy is in Zone 7. Very good. The young lady that was in, I think it was a Stinky Puddle, was asking about the citrus tree. Go on there and check out Turf Therapy. Right now, I want everybody that has a YouTube channel, please put your garden zone and type it in. That way people can follow you. For example, I'm in Zone 8A, and I know my neighbor over there in Mesquite, Naked Gardeners, they have a channel. So if you're in 8A, you want to go check them out. Thank you, everybody. Hi, Mary Vance. Carson Worley, I think I did say that. She's in 8A. Hey, Chef Daga, nice to see you. I got your video on my playlist to watch tonight. So, when this is over, you all can go back. David Jones, I didn't know you were in Zone 8A. Do you grow all year round? Turf Therapy, this is LaCroix sparkling water. It's no sodium. I have kidney disease. It's no sodium and no sugar, not even artificial sugar. And it's just a bubbly water. It just tastes like water. And it has like a couple drops of flavor in it. Juanita Brooks is in Milwaukee. I didn't realize you went that far. Oh, okay. And Green Organic Love, you're out there in California. That's my daughter, everybody. My YouTube daughter, Green Organic Love. Her garden is so fancy. It's so elegant, so refined. You don't see stuff out of place in her garden like mine. Yeah, it does taste good, Turf Therapy. What? You in Lancaster? Diva, I had no idea. You right down the road. Wow. Small, yes. And you grow all year round, too. Okay, cool. Diva Jones is in, we used to call it Lancaster. Do they still say that where you live and say it real fast? Lancaster. I know a guy lived there, wanted to date my daughter, and I asked him, where did he live? He said, Lancaster. I said, what is Lancaster? That's funny. Okay, recommendations for buying fruit trees. I recommend Stark Brothers and Isom Brothers, or Isom's Nursery, online. Each one of them have a 1 year, no questions asked guarantee. And oh, they say Lancaster and PA too. Yeah, Isom's Brothers, or my favorite is Stark Brothers. Okay. Now, what was I going to do at the end of the video? I told you guys I think we did it. The zones. Everybody tell what zone they're in. Yes, ma'am. It is not Lancaster. It's the way you said it. Lancaster. I know it. Stark Brothers for sure. They are out of sight. And their site is very buyer friendly, because you have to put in your zip code and they'll tell you when they can ship the tree to you. They'll tell you if it's compatible for your zone. It'll tell you what other trees that are the best pollinators for it, or if you have a tree that you're interested in that's self-pollinating. I would say about 70% of the trees that I have in my food forest came from Stark Brothers. Hey, Be Wise, nice to see you. Mandisa, you got 2 fig trees from Starks. Guys, I bought my fig trees cuttings off of eBay, and they were the size of this pen. And one is 7 feet on this side of my food forest, and one over here is a little bit shorter because it died all the way back. I didn't have it. I should have protected it, and I didn't because it was so young. I thought the tree was dead, but it came back. And I mean, it is loaded with fruit. And they were unrooted cuttings about the size of a pencil. You got your pawpaws from Stark Brothers. I did too. When it's time for your grow zone. That's right. I got all 3 of mine from Stark Brothers. I'm growing the sunflower, Pennsylvania something, and another one from some university. I got the trio when they had it. They're kind of expensive too, but they have that 1 year, guarantee, and it turned out okay. I was thinking about pawpaws, and you got a persimmon. Now I'm gonna tell you something. I bought a persimmon from Tractor Supply, and it lived. The only tree that I ever bought at Tractor Supply, I think. The first year, all of the fruit failed. And I put a plea out to the YouTube community. Can y'all tell me what happened to my fruit? I really thought squirrels ate it. And Lead Farmer 73 is the one that answered my call, and he made a video. He said, Miss Cheryl, no, he didn't think he said Lady Cheryl. He was the first one to start calling me Lady Cheryl. He said, squirrels didn't eat your fruit. Your fruit dropped it. It was a new tree. You planted it. It was getting used, the roots was getting used to being established in the environment where you live, and it couldn't handle all that fruit it produced, and it dropped. Then the next year, I got 3 persimmons. Last year, I got 6, and this year is loaded. Nothing like his Bonita, but it's got about 20, 30 pieces of fruit on it, and I've got them all bagged up with those little organza bags that look like this. I put my fruit in it. Hey, Rhonda Motif. Good evening, Lady Cheryl. My little lemon tree is doing great in a 5-gallon bucket. You said to leave yours potted for 3 years. Yes, I leave them for 3 years. My lemon and lime trees will go in the ground this fall. I don't know. It may not go this fall. It may have to go early spring, because lemons and limes are usually harvest the fruit around the end of February, 1st of March. So whatever, I don't want to transplant them while they got a lot of fruit on it. After I harvest the majority of the fruit, those bad boys are going in the ground. Okay. Got yours from eBay when they were tiny. You must be talking about Jenny's farmhouse. You're talking about the fig tree cuttings. Yes. Good evening, Lady Cheryl. My trees are doing great. Very good. Should I wait to put it in the ground or wait? Persimmon tree. Blended Dreams. Persimmon is real finicky. Go ahead on and put it in the ground, because whenever you move it, you're going to have a problem with it. It's going to start dropping fruit. So that's one tree that I did not wait to put into the ground. Hey, Angela, good to see you. Yeah, I would go ahead and just put it in the ground, because no matter when you do it, you're going to have an issue. So better have an issue when it's young than when it's older. Because I think I paid like $69 for the tree at Tractor Supply, because it had a real fat trunk diameter. And so it was already well established. So I didn't see the point in putting it in a pot. That's why I put it directly in the ground. And I'm so glad I did. Okay. Now, container crops. When should I transplant strawberries from one container to a larger container? You can do it now, because you're not going to get any fruit now, probably. And so you will be setting yourself up for fruit next year, because strawberries do good the second and the third year. So plant them now, or transplant them now. What is the reason to wait on citrus? You don't have to. The only reason why I'm not, okay, sometimes when I talk, I just assume that you've been in one of my lives before. Carolyn, I apologize. I'm glad you asked that question. I live in a very rainy area. We have flash flood rains, and we get so much rain that we get root rot. So I killed, I say this every line, I killed some trees by putting them in the ground too early. And when they started dying, and when I dug them up, they were sitting in a pool of water. So to allow my tree roots to get well established, now I refrain from putting everything in the ground. I let them get strong and vibrant, and then I put them in the ground and they survive. Because we get so much rain. We've had so much rain this year that it's unbelievable. Okay? So my trees have a better chance if I put them in the ground later. Okay. I want to learn how to create a microclimate. I think it would change how I grow. Yeah. Angela Busy Bees Garden and host microclimate ? Okay. Carolyn, don't worry about it. You don't owe me no apology. I'm thankful that you're here. I should be speaking as if everybody is in my life for the first time. I have a cosmetology educator background. So every few weeks people were starting school. So I was trained to instruct as if the person just came into the class, that all of them just came into the class. So you don't owe me apologies. That's my bad. That's on me. Thank you, Jenny's Farmhouse, for the super chat. So where was I going? Oh, about the peach trees and the cherry trees. Those two species in particular don't like to have wet feed. Those were the main ones that I was killing. Peach, nectarine, that type of thing, stone fruit. So now I know better, I do better. So every time I get a tree now, I don't put it in the ground for a couple of years. The third year, they go into the ground. Okay? All right. And I have containers that are big as 40 gallons that I got off of where? eBay. Because they were the best price. Okay. Thank you, Jenny's Farmhouse. Mimosa trees are invasive in New York. Why do you grow yours? Oh, I just wanted some mimosa trees. First of all, they are good pollinators. They're very beautiful. I went on a camping trip and I saw them and I found out what they were. And I went on eBay and I ordered some seeds. But where I'm going to plant them, they're not going to invade my garden space because they're going to be at the back. I just want to bring pollinators to my yard, and I love the way they look. They just look spectacular. I first saw them when I went on a camping trip in Tennessee. How did you know I was growing mimosa trees, Melanie? You saw a video of mine? Because I made one about a couple years ago. They grow 36 inches a year. I'll feature them in a video. You know, I'm going to start my series on the emergency garden. Hey, Living Miracle Homestead, thank you for stopping in. In the series, at the end of it, I'll show you something that I haven't shown in a long time. Because I try not to be redundant, regurgitating the same information over and over. So, yeah, so I'm going to start my seed series tomorrow. That video will probably come out in a couple of days. And like I said, at the end of every part of the series, I'll show you something that's going on in my food forest. Mimosas smell amazing. When I moved into my house, I inherited one in my front yard. It just died one year, no warning. Yeah. Okay, Lorraine T. All my greens have what I call wedding veil covered with tulle to fight cabbage lizard. Somebody was asking, Lorraine, did I miss the question? I put tulle and tulle material. Yeah, I have that, and I have the insect barrier from Amazon. I like the insect barrier, I think, a little bit better because it's made specifically for that. But tulle is fine, too. The insect barrier, to me, holds up better to the sun. The tulle can degrade. But it's okay, because it doesn't cost a lot. Mimosas are also nitrogen fixers and have a huge one, and it's gorgeous, but they do grow really fast. Yeah, the first year from seed, mine grew 36 inches. And now, well, the year's not over yet, but they're much taller. They just have leaves, no blooms yet. I hear it takes like 4 or 5 years. I'm not sure. I've never grown one before. That's what my research said. Melanie, you watched an old video. Thank you, Melanie. I appreciate that. Never heard of a mimosa tree, just thought about the drink. I know, Rhonda. It's very pretty. It's really a beautiful tree. It has these little spikes with pink flowers that look almost iridescent. They're really beautiful. And hummingbirds like them too. Hummingbirds like them too. Yeah. Okay, guys. Well, we did very well. I think I answered everybody's question tonight. I don't think I have anybody that's going to be emailing me anything. Don't forget, those of you that want to have someone to hold your hand and walk you through pressure canning, I will do that in a Zoom meeting. It'll expire at the end of the month because I'm working really diligently on my line, and I'm not producing anything that I haven't produced before. Like I said, I'll come out with 3 products. And I'll do a live about them when it launches in August. I think August the 20th is my target date. I'm just going back to see if I make sure I didn't miss anybody. We did the small business. Thank you, Elise. Thank you, Elise. Now, if anybody in here has a small business, that you're making something, or you're selling something. If you have Stop Kitchen and Garden, thank you. If you have a small business, please, I want you to list it now. Your website. If you don't have a website, a telephone number, please. Okay, let's go. Let's see what you got. Didn't know that not to plant my nectarine peach tree. Well, focus on the truth. If you're not in a real wet area, you may not have to not plant yours. I just had to, I just learned to adjust with where I live. Okay? You might be okay. Okay, I want to see these businesses. Sobrany, you have an Etsy store. This is what I want to know. You sell seeds. Samuel's Organics on Etsy. Very good. Barefoot Gardening. Check me out on Facebook. Gardening Coaching. This is wonderful. Nursery and Seed Apparel. All right. Thank you. Nasruddin, thank you so much. I'm so happy that you're here. Okay, focus on the truth. What size pot to put the trees in? Western Kentucky, very wet all year. You want to do like a 15, 20-gallon pot. Those 17-gallon pots they have from Mainstay on Walmart will work well too. Make sure the next time you come in the live, put your question in all caps. Not fussing at you. I just want you to know I just happened to see that one. If you got a small business, please put it on here. We need to support one another. Green Organic Love, are you still doing mask? I'm gonna need some mask. I have those medical ones, and I'm down to 2. So I need some mask. Anybody making mask? Just call me Nasi. Did I say it right? Thank you, Nasi. I'll remember that. I won't forget it. TisaReneeGreen.com. Sunglasses. All right. I'm going to tell my daughter to check that out because she loves her sunglasses. Nasi, thank you so much. Okay, guys, if that's it, I'm going to be, do you have any masks left, Tisa? Me and Linda Parker need some masks. Do seeds go on sale at the end of the summer? Okay, Edith. They used to. I doubt very seriously if it happens this year. Because a lot of people, thank you, Barefoot Gardener Crochets, too. A lot of people have been buying seeds and they have been running out. So I doubt very seriously that seeds are going to go on sale. If they do, it's going to be someplace like the dollar stores, Dollar General, General Dollar, Family Dollar, Dollar Tree. Oh, and I know what I wanted to say. Another online company that I love to buy seeds from, and I can get them real here at my local nursery, Botanical Interest. I've never had a low germination rate from Botanical Interest. I was at Walmart today and asked the lady, they told me they threw them away. It's that a darn shame. That makes me want to curse. And I don't curse that much. Just a little. Throwing seeds away at Walmart in a time like this. And you're not the first person, Miracle. I can't remember your name. Living Miracle Homestead. You all check her website out too. Living Miracle Homestead. I don't know if you were in here when I asked everybody to put their website, YouTube channels in. I'm having a senior citizen moment. My brain is freezing. But what was I going to say? Yeah, throwing away seeds. And when the pandemic was really bad, which is bad again now, they were also wrapping and taping up the seeds so you couldn't buy them. That's crazy. Focus on the Truth says she found seeds on clearance at Rural King. I've seen them on a line, but I don't think we have a Rural King in my area in Texas. I almost bought a greenhouse from them. Menards, we don't have Menards in Texas. They have them in Indiana where I'm from, and they have theirs on sale. Yeah, they have flower seeds. Very good. Okay, green organic. Yeah, look, Tisa. Yeah, I need some. I'll send you an email. I'm gonna need them real fast. As soon as you can send them to me. I sent everybody the books because I felt safe enough after I came back from vacation to go into the post office. Did everybody, the winners of that first and second live I had, I sent the books off to you. Did you get them? Did you all get my books? I sent them to you. And I think I saw hypocentric in here. I need you to email me to give me an address so I can send you your gift certificate. I probably could just do you an email gift certificate. Somebody said there's a YouTuber sells seeds. Hi, Angela Bolden. Good to see you. Focus on Truth. Yeah, these books were written in 2005 and $1.99. This is a romance novel. You can PayPal me $5. I think the postage is $3.33, and I'll send it to you. Now, I don't have too many of these left, so I don't want to sell these. Well, I could sell about 10 of them for $5 if somebody wants this one. But this one, I'll even just send me $5 and I'll mail this one to you. My romance suspense. It's a good book. Thank you for asking about it. Just email me or just send money to my PayPal account with an email address and I'll send it to you. Because I'm going to start having to get in the habit. I got to build up my nerves to start walking into stores and things like that. That's why I said I'm going to need some masks, Tisa, because I'm going to have to start doing my orders and going into the post office. Okay. Buffalo Seed Company on Instagram. I don't know nothing about them. All going this year from the dollar store. Yeah. People selling out of seeds. Charlene 803. Is that an email address? You sell bow ties and face masks? Give us more detail. Do you have a website? I know that's right, Diva. And since you down there in Lancaster, if you come across some seeds, let me know. What flowers can you start now? Where do you live? Focus on the Truth. I'm sorry I didn't see that. Diva Jones, you got seeds for sale? Email me a list, sweetie. I'll get them from you. The post office will pick up from your porch. Yeah, seems like I used to do that a long time ago. Please do not use links in the chat. Okay, you know more about that than I do. Clausen World, I believe you. Because I know when the pandemic got real bad and people started locking down cities, stores were wrapping up seeds and refusing to sell them so that you can buy the food. Menards online. Okay, I'll check them out. Okay, so we've come to the end of our chat tonight. Are there any questions? Any questions? Diva_Jones at msn.com. Very good. Thank you, Diva. I appreciate it. Yes. I would love to support. Once your seeds germinate, do you turn your mats off? Yes. Now, see, yes, I take the heat mats off, but I don't use them this time of year, but in the wintertime I do. And then I put them under grow light. Yeah, so you'll have a little heat from that grow light. Yeah, showing all my little fat. My PayPal is Oh, I can't remember. Go in any of my video and click on the description box, and it has it in there. I can tell you, but it's in my phone. Harvesting seeds like crazy to sell. Very good. All right. Well, I'm going to say good night, everybody. You know that God loves you, and I love you too. Yes, zinnias you planted in 6B. You probably going to have a freeze in about October. So you got August, September, October. You might get some flowers before then, but I'm not really sure. Thank you, Rhonda. Okay, just PayPal me Living Miracle, and I'll send you the romance. Just $5 because it costs $3.30 something to mail it. And I'll take care of that for you guys. Thank you, Blended Dreams. I'm glad you enjoyed yourself. Okay, everybody, until we meet again, God bless you. Love you. Good night.